Thank you, Senator Ketchum. I'm very honored to be here today. I do think with this public-private partnership deal, will speed up the process, as everyone's talked about today. All you got to do is travel. We got Mayor Burgess here from Rutherford County, Mayor Moore from Franklin. As everyone knows, we have lots of traffic around Nashville area. When you travel I-24, I-65, it's a tremendous backup. Anything we can do to speed up the process to work this along with the public-private partnership, I'm in support of. For safety and congestion, those are the two reasons why we want to move this project faster. I'm very much in support of this bill. Thank you for being here supporting this. Thank you, Senator Ketchum and Representative Sargent, for sponsoring this bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mayor Moore, you are the chairman of the Mayor's Caucus. Would like to come up and make a few comments.
Well, congratulations, first of all, and thank you so much for the opportunity to say a few words. The Mayor's Caucus has been focused on transportation issues for a number of years now, trying to find solutions. And this adds one more tool in our toolbox of things that we can use in our communities to continue to move forward to meet the demands of infrastructure for our communities. So thank you, Senators.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Next we have Steve Land. Steve is the Chief Executive Officer of MTA and /RTA. Steve.
Thank you, Senator. Special thanks to Representative Sargent, Senators Yarborough and Ketchum for their leadership on this. And from the RTA and the MTA perspective, I want to thank Mary Annott, the chair of our MTA board, for being here. Frankly, all of the mayors are RTA board members, and every month that goes by at our meetings, we talk about how urgent these issues are. And I've heard the words tool in the toolbox used an awful lot, so I'll try not to repeat it. But we're going to need all the help we can get, and this bill is going to go a huge way if we can get it passed toward really making options available to solve our congestion, our mobility, and as Senator Tracy said, our safety issues in Middle Tennessee. If you look around the country at what other states have been able to do with this, frankly, some of the ideas, some of the options we don't even know about yet. Bringing creativity and bringing ideas to the table from literally all over the world is something that we're going to need to take advantage of. And again, I appreciate your leadership, all of you on this.
Thank you, Steve. Next we've got Mr. Mark Hill, Chief Policy Officer at Nashville Chamber of Commerce. Mark.
Thank you, Senator. The Nashville Chamber would also like to thank the bill sponsors, Senator Ketchum, Senator Yarborough, and Sargent, for taking the lead on this important issue. The Nashville Chamber supports enabling legislation to bring public-private partnerships in transportation to Tennessee. We'll be communicating that to our Middle Tennessee delegation next week. We've been researching this issue for several months as part of our Moving Forward initiative, where we're engaging community and regional volunteers to help solve some of our transit challenges here in Middle Tennessee. The Moving Forward Task Force on Revenue Finance is delving into this issue in particular. They'll be putting together their findings next week, and I want to thank several of our business volunteers in the room today who are involved with Moving Forward. Thank you all for being here today. The Eno Center for Transportation recently published a report on this topic. It's a Washington, D.C. based think tank, nonpartisan, that works on transportation issues. And Paul Lewis of the Eno Center for Transportation came to Nashville in December, met with some of our Moving Forward members, task forces, but also stakeholders at the state and local level. And so there are resources out there to help Tennessee policymakers craft this legislation. At the Chamber, our interest is economic in this issue. As Senator said, 1 million more people in our region expected over the next 25 years. We've got to figure out how to move people and goods across county lines throughout our region. And new challenges, those new challenges may require new solutions. Time is definitely money. When you think about congestion, when you think about waiting on a project to have the necessary funding to move forward, all of that has a cost. And so Tennessee ought to join a growing number of states who are using P3 as a tool in the toolbox, including some states we would naturally compare ourselves to, like Florida, Texas, and Virginia. So thank you again, legislators and sponsors, for your leadership. We look forward to working with you to advocate for this important legislation.
Joanne, would you like to come up, Senator? Please come up and say a few words. I think you play a very important part. You used to serve with Joanne Graves here in the Senate, and now she's taken the bull by the horns, and I think been very instrumental. Joanne, please.
I wasn't expecting this. Transportation is one of the biggest issues that's facing Middle Tennessee, no matter what county you are in. All of us are taking an hour or longer to try to get into Nashville. Moving this forward takes us steps closer to be able to give people a better quality of life, to be able to develop a workforce, and to be able to ensure that we have prosperity that we've been enjoying for the last several years. So I applaud the legislators that are carrying this. I applaud all of you who are here today and are involved in this topic. And I urge you to please talk to others to make sure they support this very important piece of legislation. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Talked to the governor yesterday, briefed him prior to this meeting today, and talked to him this morning at leadership breakfast, and he said that he was so appreciative that we came and briefed him yesterday on this because he's really excited about this. He said, I like things politically when you have a problem and you're having an immediate solution. And his excitement is showing by this P3 legislation. You know, government can't continue paying 100% of everything in the future. This brings on a new opportunity. This press announcement tells the rest of the world we're open for business in Tennessee. Very few states have done the P3 type legislation for transportation. They've done it for other things, but very few states have done this. So we're going to be leading the country by this piece of legislation that gives us that tool in the toolbox and sends a signal to those consortiums in the private sector to come here to Tennessee and start putting in investments here for an infrastructure that's going to take us further down the road than we've ever seen before. So thank you very much for attending today, and look forward to passing this bill.